My question is directed to Joachim, if that's how you say it.
Yep, that's
okay. So my first question is, looking at all of the students here as a network or opportunity, is there an opportunity or a network you wish to retain and haven't yet? That's number one. Should I repeat?
Yeah, just go back to the last bit of that question.
Okay. I said, is there an opportunity or a network you wish to retain and haven't yet? Okay, looking at all of the students here as a network and an opportunity. That's question one.
Can I answer that one?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I guess, you know, looking at and I'm gonna put my government hat on for this question, because I think the future of Nova Scotia sits in this classroom in more ways than one. Looking at this classroom, I'm going to take a guess here, but a lot of you aren't from Nova Scotia originally. Immigration is going to be a key part of the success in the future of Nova Scotia and the success in the future of Canada. So in order for us to create a new network or there has to be a better way to retain the students here, to stay in Nova Scotia and to open a business, to become entrepreneurs. Manitoba has the highest immigration rate in Canada with the highest retention rate. And the big reason of that is because of the entrepreneurism that is there. The amount of, and also with that comes one of the lowest unemployment rates in Canada.
Okay. So question number two. A lot of businesses have closed down on Barrington. I asked this question because you're in government. A lot of businesses have closed down on Barrington. Few examples are like Renaissance, Just Us Coffee Shop, and Domino's Pizza. Could beautification
And mine. And mine.
And,
I had one.
and likewise yourself.
Down
Okay.
there too, so.
Could beautification better signage, a more modern look, while still keeping the history of buildings, help businesses on Barrington? What is your strategy?
You know, this is a big municipal problem versus a provincial problem. The biggest, and it was touched on earlier in this discussion, the biggest fundamental problem for Halifax is the commercial taxes for businesses. So my square footage of my store, which was 1,200 square feet, or sorry, 1,200 square feet, my property tax in that small space was $18,000 a year. So my business on Quimple Road is $24,000 a year. Those are full-time, part-time positions that you're being able to do. So the PVSC, which is the provincial body that deals with regulation of property taxes, there is going to be some processes and stuff put in place to try to mitigate that issue. The second part of that, can heritage and business work together? Absolutely. I mean, if you look at European cities which have vibrant downtown cores with their heritage, it works. But in order right now, what's the stumbling block right now is the sheer cost of rent versus to succeed in the downtown core. So you don't have the population base on the peninsula to sustain those high rents, which are caused by high property taxes. So until we get more density in the downtown core, we're not going to have a downtown core that's going to be able to succeed. Fortunately, we have tons of cranes popping up. We have residents popping up. There is more discussion of that, and it's incorporating the old historical aspects of it, of the downtown core and the modern developments. Hope that answers.
I asked that because Spring Garden has survived.
There's a lot of closing businesses on Spring Garden right now. More and more businesses are being shut down there, and it's a sad case. Retail is a revolving door anyways, per se, but it's still, Spring Garden is getting to a point also where you're not going to see local businesses. It's going to be big corporations, like what's opening up downtown on Barrington is Urban Outfitters. That's not a Nova Scotia locally owned business.
No.
That's someone who has deep pockets, who can afford that rent. And you know what? And the localness of businesses is going to be lost on the Spring Gardens and the Barringtons.
And
Quimple Road, Agricola, those are going to be your next hubs that are going to be local.
And I was just going to say, I mean, the trouble with that is that then we buy things there and then our money leaves the province.
You
It's
need
all about keeping the
local,
money here if we
buying
can.
local. Yeah. You
Or
have,
getting the money from other places and bringing it here.
you have to buy from small business, and you have to be really committed to that. As an entrepreneur, I am committed to buying from small business and supporting my local business. And if you want it to thrive, you have to be willing to suck up the price tag sometimes and support it. It's the only way.
I think as well too, and everyone in this room has a role to play in it. And instead of getting in your car and driving to Bayers Lake and going to the big box stores and yeah, sure, sometimes they have some deals. It's supporting small business. I mean, even some of those small business can be a locally owned chain. I mean, that even if it's somebody owning a local business that may be a bigger organization, it can still be a local person. But instead of going out to I shouldn't say don't go to the business parks, but instead of make a conscious effort, instead of going out and actually come and go down to Goddard's or go to Agricola, go downtown, go to Spring Garden Road and support some of the local businesses that are there.
And I guess I'm just going to finish this up. I'm going to challenge every one of you guys in this room who want to be entrepreneurs. Is something called shift 10%. So take your buying that you're buying now, shift 10% of that into local businesses. By doing that, you increase the local economy substantially. So just think about that. Every dollar that's spent in a local business, 73 cents stays in Nova Scotia. Every dollar you spend at Walmart, 30 cents stays in Nova Scotia. So think about that when you're buying.
I have